I've been emotionally and physically drained the last few days. I had regular therapy today, and I'm actually cutting back on that while I'm doing, I had that 6 week break with no EMDR, so I did regular therapy a few extra times, but regular therapy and EMDR at the same time is too much. The EMDR is so intense, and I want to trust the process and go through with it, but also doing addition, today when I went to therapy, I didn't even want to talk about anything. I was just my brain was just blanking out because it was going back into defensive mode basically. So I learned from EMDR that I 100% just I don't know if it's a mixture of avoidance and disassociation, but I push away feeling those emotions just instantly. It's not a conscious decision. And now, especially if it's happening and I'm actually triggered, then I just push away those emotions and try to get to a calm place. But you can't just keep pushing away emotions. They're going to pop back up in all sorts of other ways. You're not supposed to suppress your emotions. You're supposed to feel your emotions. And feeling your emotions is not an intellectual thing where you think about them. It's a physical thing where you literally feel them, the visceral reaction where you learn about how it feels in your stomach, in your chest, in your throat, in your head. That's what feeling your feelings are. And if you can't do that, it's probably because you're like me. You became very efficient at not doing that for whatever reason. Except that will cause you problems. I promise you it does. So now when I have new stuff come up, like when I dropped out of school, I cried for 2 days. And I just let myself cry. I think maybe my family was sometimes a little bit uncomfortable about that because a lot of people don't like it when you cry. But I now understand that I need to feel my feelings. And so I just cry when I want to cry. And, I don't when I don't. And I have the privilege to be able to do that. I know that is not always safe to do. That's absolutely not always safe to do. It wasn't for me for most of my life. And then when it was safe, my mind was so used to it not being safe that it became very hard. But now that I've gone through so much therapy, I'm doing much better at feeling my feelings as they come up. But those old feelings, that stuff in the past that I didn't know how to process, and so my brain was just bloop, we're not dealing with this. Going into that is very intense. So I've noticed I can talk about the memory that I have that triggers me during EMDR because I'm not in that healing setting right now. So I can talk about it and be okay with it. But when I am actually allowing myself to do the work with it, I just instantly drop into the past and have a deep physical reaction. I'm hoping that that's going to get easier. That's the point, right? You have that deep negative reaction and then you get led into the positive reaction. And I've noticed for me, as deep as that negative reaction was, I went to the opposite with the positivity. So I was able to be strongly positive, and that meant I was strongly negative. So I'm just trusting the process, and we will have EMDR next week. And of course, on the side note, when I'm not thinking about my own fucked up life, I'm thinking about Palestine, because how could you not? I'm thinking about all of the places that are oppressed because that's just how my brain works, right?